Yo, what's going on, guys? So today's video is going to be a review of LIDER, one of the most mechanical players I've ever witnessed or versed. This guy is insane, okay? So he's hit rank 1 on EU several times, and recently he has just done a master tier rush with 59 wins and 2 losses. So he's almost gone all the way to master tier from unranked, almost with no losses at all. Every game on this account was duoed though, so take with it what you will. Obviously, if you're duoing with another player that's over 1,000 points on their main, the games are going to be pretty free. You're going to get a nice sick win rate, but it's still impressive nonetheless. You can see here 24 games, 100% win rate on Irelia with a 5 KDA. This guy he blows my mind. I versed him a couple of times when I was over in EU, and he's just one of those players where there's a play to be made and you have to play it perfectly for it to work, and he plays it perfectly almost every time. And that consistency is very hard to get, and there's rarely many players who can actually pull it off. So today's review is going to be him versus another guy who I've reviewed in the past, and that's Felix. Of course, EU West legend. He's hit like 5 accounts with all 1000 LP. This is going to be a beautiful replay, and I can't wait to get into it. Just before we get into the review, guys, make sure to drop a like on the video if this is the content you enjoy. It really helps out, just like boost up the video, lets more people see it. And also, if you're looking for some primetime Instagram content, I'm going to be posting more often to Instagram. It's Drew__Tims. You can see I put beautiful posts with my boy Grow Score. So go and follow me if that's what you're into. Heading onto the Rift, this is a very explosive matchup. It's taken from a couple of patches ago, but I think this matchup is so important to look at and to analyze that. And also the meta hasn't really shifted at all over the last couple patches in this specific matchup. I think it's going to be great to look at. So you can see for the rune page, Conqueror versus Conqueror. The diff is in the secondary runes. LIDER wants to go for the inspiration. He goes for the Time Warp Tonic and the Biscuit Delivery, as opposed to Felix going for the Domination Tree for sustain. I mean, they're both secondary trees are for sustain. However, because LIDER goes for the Corrupting Potion start, it means he can pop that. He gets the Time Warp Tonic health back instantly and can take a positive trade. While over longer trades, Felix will benefit because he has that Domination Tree, has that Ravenous Hunter, and he can heal from it. For level 1, both mid laners are going to be starting Q. You can see LIDER starts Q. Yasuo always starts Q here, so we're going to be seeing early on what they do with the waves. The longer, whoever gets it shoved into them and can freeze it, they're going to benefit a lot more. Both of these matchups, both of these champions benefit from long lanes. The longer the lane is for you, the more room you have to chase them down and move. If you're hard shoving or they've got a freeze on, you can't dive them under tower. You're going to tank too much. So you can see LIDER there. Starts with the Q. Getting the Qs into the wave, but you can see that the wave is going to be shoving into LIDER here. And he can't really do much about it. He can't balance it out. So Felix will get the level 2 shove, level 2 rush before LIDER. He'll have an advantage at level 2. Moving into the wave, Felix moves up. Uses that E, misses the Q, or LIDER dodges it. LIDER gets a little bit of a trade back, but this is going to hard shove into tower. Riven gets the first blood. And there's nothing LIDER can do. In this matchup, you're going to cop it. Sometimes Irelia, you do have to just sit under tower, farm a little bit, ping for your jungle's gank, or just try and set up something with your E. Irelia CS's under tower beautifully. You can see you just weave in the auto and then you Q. Weave auto Q, get that instant reset. Super simple to CS with, and he's gone for that E second. Felix moving up. He gets that E onto the Yasuo and looks for an all-in here. He drops the Ignite. That is a solo kill in the mid lane. He gets the level 3 off of the kill, and that just seemed too easy for him, honestly. The Yasuo, he panicked. He flashed away. There's not really much point of flashing then. You're always going to be dead if the Irelia decides to commit for it. The auto attack range on Irelia is horseshit. And LIDER picks up a solo kill on Felix. And gonna hard shove this in and probably get a reset. Gonna be interesting to see what he buys. Jogging back to lane now, you can see he picked up a longsword, picked up a Doran's blade. And he's gonna be looking for another 1v1, obviously. So aggressive. Some Irelias like to get a ninja tower by rush into something like a Yasuo. Obviously, LIDER gets a kill. He wants to snowball us as hard as he can. The wave's gonna be shoving into him. Picks up the E. He has full stacks now. Felix tries to get the wind wall out, and he has inted. May I say inted? Looked for the 1v1, and let's see what he does with the wave now. The wave is slow pushing back into him, and LIDER can decide, Do I want to freeze this or do I want to hard shove it? And the better option he's decided is looking for a freeze and to deny. I'm guessing he's just going to let this wave slowly stack. He'll probably even... Will he need to tank it? No, he won't. It's going to... This is just perfect. Felix is going to get obliterated in experience from this. And this is something you guys can learn from. When you get a kill or when something happens, you don't have to hard shove. You don't have to hard shove in base, guys. Faker does this all the time. He sets up a very controlled slow push and just denies, man. You can see how long the lane is. Felix is terrified now as Light hits another E, man. Fucking hell. Why do I always miss this skill? Look at the zone. Beautiful. Establishes the dominance. The wave is still in a great spot. And this is just like Dopa-esque wave management. It's textbook. What does Felix do now? Does he base? I think he did base. Light is just sitting here, taunting him with his mechanics. Stepping back and forth. You can see the CS now. It's almost a 15 CS lead, which is almost a... It's probably a 15... Yeah, it is, easily. So this is pretty much a kill and goal just in CS by now, just from this wave management. And I really don't see how Felix pulls himself out of this. This is pure 1v1, no jungle pressure at all. The Udi. He pings the Udi. He says, help me out, my mans, please. And the Kindred's looking. Does he hit the E? Ah, you see that wind wall saves the Udi on the stun. Holy mother of God. He gets that level 6, gets the ult off, gets a kill. It's a 2-for-1 trade there. Heading back to the lane now, you can see he's picked up that Tiamat. Tiamat is essential for Irelia players. It's going to help you shove the waves, get roams off, get priority, without having to burn through all of your mana pool. So you can see from now on, really getting freezes are a little bit harder, just because your autos are going to be getting AoE damage off. And the Yasuo, of course, can kind of decide what to do. But because the Yasuo is so far behind, he decides nothing. So it's all going to be up to what LIDER wants to do, if he wants to go for roams, or if he just wants to go for dives, or just simply pick up every CS on the map and start taking away things like the Wraith camps. Because you can see LIDER sometimes, I've seen LIDER get like 11, 12 CS per minute some games. He's one of those freak players. As Felix just getting the hang of that win wall. Doesn't have a reset on the Qs there. He just decides, I have enough damage to get full stacks and start getting some autos on. Just Q on the wave, shoves it in. Udi is level 6 here. Udi is actually pacing pretty well. LIDER steps up. He's around about a level and a half advantage, I think. Ultimate's not back online here. He's going to move up. Play some vision out. And just look to zone a little bit more. What if he looks for a dive when he has ultimate? He is going to slowly let the wave shove back into him. Or not. Looks for another aggressive trade. The Udyr is just shadowing. Just because it's pretty obvious that LIDER just wants to continuously fight. Kindred comes across. Gets the ultimate. LIDER has ultimate now. Double stun. QQ. Beautiful. Picks up a double kill. Thank God the Kindred made her way over. And that double... Holy shit, the Riven is now looking mid. To the top, hits the stun. Hits the ultimate. It's pretty much a solo kill. Honestly, gets a shutdown onto the Riven. 6 out of 8 kills for his team here, and he's just popping off, man. Like, I feel like Felix is just playing so careless at the moment, which is super unlike him. And if I was the Udyr, I'd be a little bit tilted, honestly. I'd be a little bit tilted. So I think the key things to take away here from the early laning phase, as the Yasuo moves up and LIDER takes a positive trade. Wait, what is Felix doing, man? He's a griefer. He's an actual griefer. He's so tilted. He's just too far gone. He's just too far gone. LIDER gonna shove it in. Probably get another tower plating, honestly. And he is gonna be sitting on a shit ton of gold. He comes through, he pops the E. Just wait a little bit. His E's on Irelia are probably one of the best I've ever seen. Him and Faker have such good E's. For some reason, when I play Irelia, my E's just don't hit or are in shit positions. So obviously, I need to watch some of this guy's reviews and replays. He pulls out the Stinger, pulls out that Phage. Doesn't get the Sheen. He wants a little bit of attack speed, wants some health. And now when he's getting his autos, he's getting movement speeds, and he's gonna be able to hunt anybody who is auto-attacking down and just chase them to their death. 7-1, man. Actually very impressive. One thing to note from those early laning phase, in my opinion, if you're going to take anything away from it, is just he has not played complete aggression. He has played controlled and smart aggression. A lot of the times, the Yasuo is coming into him and just allowing him to get free kills because the lane is very long. It's really not LIDER just continuously hard shoving, playing pure aggression, no vision. He's playing around his jungler. When the opportunity presents itself, he goes for the all-in and finishes very well. It's the biggest... Holy, he gets the kill there. Kindred, nice little assist. Look at the first tower here. Yeah, like, it's not... A lot of people just think, like, he's just playing pure blind aggression and just 1v1ing. No. There's a massive difference, and this is the biggest difference between, like, Diamond and Challenger players, in my opinion. It's that they both can be mechanical and aggressive. It's just that Challenger players are usually doing it around knowing the enemy jungle path, doing it around vision, and just having a better, like, sixth sense of where the jungle could be or where the enemy support is roaming or not. It's just that those small things that definitely change it. He's going for a bot lane dive here. Faster flashes away. Easily going to pick up the kill onto the Lux. Kindred has to drop the ult. Ooh! But he gets the ultimate, pops it in. Going to get another tower plating. And he is 9-1. Probably has enough gold for the Triforce, I'd say now. You see Magic Felix is just an ant trying to shove in mid lane. 3 levels behind. Feels bad, man. Does he have for try? Yeah. Gets the Triforce, guys. And this is pretty much where Irelia starts coming into... And he gets the Durham's Fist as well. So sometimes he likes to upgrade the Tiamat here, guys. And just start shoving and just taking over the game. Because you can just take jungle camps left, right, center for low mana costs. And that's where he's getting that 10, 11, even 12 CS per minute sometimes. This Riven's doing a pretty good job of putting a threat on the enemy team. Riven into Irelia. Who wins that 1v1? It's probably a skill matchup. It's probably a skill matchup if the Irelia can hit the E or not. Yep, you can see. It's the stun on the blue. Goes across. And this is what LIDER does, guys. When he gets advantages, he doesn't sit mid. He goes everywhere across the map and just looks for openings on the enemy jungle, on the enemy jungle camps. Just takes every resource available. Steals away the blue. Gets Udyr out, and now they're going to get a free Drake. Yasuo rotates top and Riven goes mid. This is probably better, actually. Definitely better lane allocations now, because the Riven can actually at least clear and not int into this Irelia, I believe. Just taunting them there. And he can't move up here. He has no vision. Zero vision just means that he's going to have to hover this bot side next to his Kindred or near his Kindred. And he's going to have to play a little bit cautious. As I say that, he plays pure aggression, moves up into 4 members, and probably will die. Yep. Just as I was saying how smart he was. For fuck's sake. Do not be this player, guys. Do not be this player that gets, like, obviously it's LIDER, he's playing, he's a very good player, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't defeat the purpose of that. When you don't have to play aggressive sometimes. When there's no vision, the whole enemy team is off the map, they're just all together topside. Hey, let's just wait 10 or 15 seconds for them to appear, and then we move up. It's so important that you guys know this and factor this into your gameplay. It will save you hundreds of times. It will save you massive shutdown gold. And that opening there creates a window of opportunity for the enemy team. They get it, and now they're coming back into the game, honestly. Skipping ahead a little bit, now the Kindred is going to pop that Rift Herald bot side, and they're going to look for a hard shove. Just look at the score lines, guys. The Riven is 5-1, as opposed to a 0-6 Poppy. The Lux has 4 kills. This game may seem over, but the gold lead is actually in red side's favor, so you have to note that LIDER's still got a lot of work to do if he wants to win, and this Poppy has left the game. Nice one, Poppy. Very cool. Fiddle leave as well. What the hell is happening? I just want to see lane allocations. It's very important because Irelia is a side laning champion, and this is one of the biggest differences between, honestly, just high level mids and low level mids, is that they know how to use the side lanes on champions like this. He gets that Titanic Hydra I was talking about. Now he can just clear for days, clear absolutely everything. And next item is going to be probably a Sterax. These two items synergizes very well together. And as I was saying, guys, like the side laning is super important. The one thing I noticed is there's a huge difference between NA and EU mids is that NA mids just sit mid and ARAM all game and they'll have like 200 farm at 35 minutes. EU mids utilize the side lane, they shove up very often, they're looking at 9-10 CS per minute. I versed Punisher a lot on his Irelia, the one of the rank 1 players who hit over in EU who plays a lot of Irelia. It's so important to utilize side lanes, guys, and utilize side lane pressure, sorry. Him and the Kindred working together. This, I'm not too sure what's happening with this popping fiddle. Really not too sure. Voodoo moves through. Should be a free kill. He misses the E, actually. Pops the ult. Fiddle gets the shutdown. And he probably really wants to shove in that top side to get that top side tower, just to open the map up a little bit more. Yeah, goes in that top lane now. So yeah, a lot of mids here, like they just run down mid, look to ARAM, and they're not thinking about the side lane farm. The side lane farm is super important and you have to catch it. This is for every champion, whether you're playing, even when you're playing jungle, even when you're playing support, sometimes catching the side lane waves and getting that solo experience is more valuable than just running down mid, flipping a coin and saying maybe we win, maybe we lose. Hey, how about I go to a side lane, actually get a little bit of gold experience guaranteed, and start making them have to make decisions. Hey, do we send somebody top? Do we all group mid, force? This is what you want to be applying on the map. It's something that TF Blade does very well, and it's something that all good mid laners need to know how to do. Looking for some E's. These are very like max range E's. They're pretty low percentile E's, unless the enemy dodges back into them. You see Magic Felix now, I mean, he's not keeping up, but he is coming into items. He's got that critical strike now. He's going to have an IE soon-ish. And that's when maybe something can happen. They can get a nice team fight. Riven 5-man knock-up, you never know. You honestly never know, as the gold lead is dead even now. And I want to see a 1v1 between the Irelia and the Riven. The Riven has Black Cleaver, Death Dance. Irelia has, what, Triforce, Hydra, fucking hell. Please show me a 1v1. Uses that E to get in the wave there. Probably doesn't need to use that E. That's pretty greedy E in my opinion. Sometimes people do that and then the Riven comes out from nowhere and just fucking insta-gibbs you and you have no E. Shoves it in. Looking for a mid lane fight now. Caster drops the fiddle. This Kindred and Irelia just working together like clockwork. As the Kindred goes in, Light hits the stun on the Riven. Misses the ult. Picks up the Lux. Moving back in now. Does Kindred have ult? Gets the stun on the Riven. Does he get the Riven? Oh, the Kindred ult comes through. Man, this is messy, messy, messy. 3-man stun coming out of LIDER. This should be a win. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. He got those long stretched out E's in that team fight to finish them off. For an ace. Now they're going to go for the Baron. They should be able to do it pretty easily. I mean, the Lucian is only one item, but the Fiddle ult comes through. Yep. What if the Lux comes through and steals it with an ultimate? That would be fucking hilarious. Getting the ward over. 11-2 now with a little bit of a bounty on his head as well, so he has to be careful. Time of truth. He has the vision with the E. They're just going to wait it out. Yeah, that's what you need to do. Send the Lucian over and then just try and deny the ult. Fuck yeah, now. How lucky are you? How lucky are you? Pick up the Scuttle Crab, reset, and now probably look for a siege. And if they get a siege into an ace, or an ace into a siege rather, they can probably win the game. Because he takes a little bit of a risky back. I wonder if the Udyr could have smited him almost there. Gets the Sterax. Gets a Giant's Belt. This is probably for Randuin's to prevent some crit coming out of the Yasuo, maybe? Has to be, yeah? Has to be. I guess we'll find out soon enough. So at 22 minutes in, LIDER has broken. He has the Flame Horizon, 100 CS up now on the Yasuo. As he's looking for a pick, doesn't quite get it on the E's. Looking to weave some autos in. Yasuo pops the ultimate. Gets out. No, he does die to the Kindred. As LIDER looks for engage. I mean, this is 1v3. Oof, he drops there. Kindred's gonna die as well and lose the GA. This is catastrophically bad for the blue side team. And we get a game on our hands, fellas. Red side is back in it. As soon as Magic Felix picks up the IE, man, I do think that red side could win a team fight, especially no GA now on the Kindred can get picked out. They're very lucky that the Baron Nashor wasn't available. That would have been if the enemy team got Baron into a siege, they could easily win, like off of the next team fight. Few Ocean Drakes as well for red side. Really nice for putting up sieges now. I mean, I would say Udyr falls off pretty hard, but it's a full AD comp into a Randuin's Udyr. I mean, they will struggle to shred him. It's going to have to come down to Lucian with a Black Cleaver to put a couple stacks on him. And shred their front to back. Moving out now. LIDER has no flash. He has to be a little bit cautious now. One more bad pick, it's probably going to be over for them. Moving up, you always want to get this mid prio, and then you want to drop a deep ward in like that. These wards are wards that never get placed. I honestly notice below diamond, nobody puts like deep lane wards, like deep mid lane lane wards. They are the most valuable wards you can get, guys, because you can see every rotation. Pretty much all teams will run through mid, clear the wave, then move. So if you have that vision there, you can just predict and see what the enemy team is doing. No one's answering Riven in the side lane here. This could be a problem. They have to either engage or answer the split. There's no option of just sitting mid and letting the Riven split. They're looking for it. Ooh! Onto the Kai'Sa, the beautiful stun coming out from Lux. Poppy gets onto the Yasuo. Ultimate coming in. And that's exactly what they needed. The enemy team just positioned too far up. It's so weird how this type of thing happens. It's like, you have the Riven on the split. If you sit behind tower, you insta-win. And the team always gets baited into this weird hover. And then they get obliterated, and LIDER's team just picks up probably a free inhib now, because the Riven can't really do much about it. Into a Poppy, absolutely not. He cannot go in. Should be an inhib, into a reset, into Baron Vision, I'm believing. Would be the most optimal play. Fucking hell, this Lux. This Lux is a smurf, perhaps. Red buff's not up, blue buff's up. LIDER looking for a base now. 13 and 3. Will he finish the Randuins, do you think? He does pick up the Randuins. So Randuin's Omen, guys, it gives you armor, it gives you health, but also it has a passive that it reduces critical strike damage by 20%. So when you're versing a Yasuo, he has that Shiva. He's going to be critting every single attack, guys. So you're pretty much getting 20% reduced damage plus the Ninja Tabi onto the Yasuo. This is the perfect buy into picks like this. Like, obviously, Magic Felix, the Yasuo is really far behind, but it's still relevant. And it's still really good into crit champions. Moving through now, getting a little bit of Baron Vision out. I think the Baron's still pretty far off. Top side. He has his flash now as well, so he can play super aggressive. Light's breaking down the mid lane. He decides to... Is he going to hard shove or he's going to group? Just goes for the hard shove. Also, just take note, guys, you can use your W for your Triforce Empowered Auto, and you can also use your E. And if you really want to get extra damage, you can use your E for one part, and then you can wait the cooldown and then use E for the second part to get 2 Empowered Autos. We're going to pop this Udyr. He has max stacks. Has his flash available. Gets stunned by the Lux. Kindred just saves him. Holy. Does he live or die? Very, very low here. That just seems so risky, but I respect it. The Kindred saves the day. The Baron spawning within the next 50 seconds or so. Get a recall up. Let's see if he sells this Doran's Blade, man. 20 seconds till Baron. Surely you need control wards. Any competitive coach will say sell that and get either double, like 2 control wards, or like you can get Elixir. Let's see what he gets. And he's going to go for a GA next item, gets the BF sword. So obviously BF sword, much more valuable, and an Elixir, much more valuable than 2 controls. But just in general, if you're on no gold and you have a Doran's Blade at 30 minutes in with the Baron coming up, and you don't get 2 controls, like, a lot of times you get called out. You're a dickhead because you're not really helping the team. You're very selfish. But a lot of these high elo players are selfish players and it works out for them. So each to their own. Udo moves in. Can't quite get him. And that's going to be a battle for this mid lane pariah. You can see LIDER just leading the charge, man. He's just moving up. He wants to get this wave quickly, as quick as possible, then move into the Baron. But they have no vision, so I don't really know what the fuck they can do. The Baron just drops. Like, there's nothing they... Without the vision, without the control, nothing they can... They can't... Ooh, that was an interesting E. They're gonna move topside and try and siege into a Baron. Next team fight wins the game. You see how LIDER always moves across to pick up these waves, guys? Do the same in your games and ping your team back. Moving across, he has both sums, man. This next team fight. I wonder how much he's off GA. He's probably still a little bit off GA, considering he bought an Elixir. Mid lane priority. Mid lane priority. I can't get this into your head enough. If you clear the wave, it means they can't siege. Even if they get something then, it delays the siege. Like, it is so valuable. And that's why you see teams, even in competitive games, they run mid and just get that priority as the Fiddle looks for an ultimate. LIDER hits his ult. Ooh, just misses his stun. And this is where that 3 Ocean Drake is going to be annoying as fuck. Because you know any poke that you put onto the enemy, they're just going to heal it straight back up. I'll be looking like frontline. Low wind wall now. This is probably the opportunity to go on this inhib. Pick out that Kai'Sa, I reckon. Just misses out these stuns. You see how he's looking for these stuns, guys? You're queuing into the wave and then just getting a max range stun. As he has killed... Magifelix takes the ultimate, gets popped. I don't know about that play out of the Yasuo. The Riven is dead now, actually. They're just running it down. I think if they just clear the mid lane, if they just hold that wave right there, they can just end the game. 2 solo laners are dead. 5v3. And you've only got an Udyr. They've got to make sure this wave that they've got, they've got to protect this at all costs. Protect this wave. The Kai'Sa just run bot, though. The Lux is going to be annoying. If that Lux pops the ultimate on the wave. And they're going to go for it. 100% dead, the Udyr. Kindred pops the ultimate. LIDER finally drops the flash, kills the Kai'Sa. And he's going to pick up the game, I reckon. What a embarrassing game by Magifelix. It says Magifelix. I'm almost 100% certain this is actually Magifelix. I don't really understand. He must just be limit testing. LIDER picks up the game. It's been a great game to watch, in all honesty. Like, you just see 15, 3, and 12 as his final score. 10 CS per minute, as always. This guy's a freak of a player, guys. He's very smart. A couple of small missteps around aggression. Doesn't quite cost him the game, but could have. So definitely small mistakes he needs to look at and can improve on. And yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the review, and I'll catch you next time.